Hello, distinguished Sifus. Thank you for joining us today. I was asked by Lan Chan from the Chinese Benevolent Association to update and refresh the history of martial arts and lion dance previously presented in 2013 at the Edmonton Chinatown conference. There are two parts to this project. First, we have short videos presenting questions we asked the Sifus and their students regarding the philosophy, the history, the culture, and the insights of the different clubs and associations. Today, we will discuss further several of these questions that we have asked the Sifus. The full set of questions asked to the Sifus and their students can be seen on the YEG Chinese Community Events channel on YouTube. The second part of this project will be a more detailed video documentary to be released this summer. Megan, you can take it from here.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to ask all the Sifus and all our panelists to turn on your videos now. And as we get to that, for anyone watching before we start, you might be hearing the word Sifu or Shifu a lot during today's session. Just to let you know, this is a term of a respectful way to address martial art instructors and coaches. And as we wait for everyone's videos to come on, we're going to go around and everyone can introduce yourselves really briefly, just with your name, your martial arts club, and maybe what your group teaches. And I'm just going to go in the order of how my Zoom is set up. And we can start with Sifu Catherine.
Hi, my name is Sifu Catherine, and I am the head coach of Hungmun Athletic Club, and we predominantly practice lion dance. So yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Now Sifu Vanessa.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Zhang, and I'm with the 5 Elements Drums and Lion Dance crew, and we mainly focus on lion dance and drumming. So thanks for having me.
Thank you. And Sifu Brendan.
All Sifus, good afternoon. My name is Brendan Lee. I'm the president of Canadian Jing Wu. Our primary styles are Jing Mo Kun, Hong Kun, and you know what? That's good enough. And obviously traditional lion dance, the Fatsan style.
Yeah, that's a lot already. Better than good enough.
That's a lot. I don't want to get too much time.
All right, thank you. Sifu Delhi.
Hi, thanks for inviting me. My name is Dale Lee, currently president of the Jing Martial Arts Association. We teach contemporary martial arts, traditional Hong Ka, kickboxing, Wing Chun, and Fatsan line dance. Thank you.
Thank you, Sifu Dale. Sifu Michael Young.
Okay, good. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Michael. I'm Michael Young. I'm the president of the Hongkong Cultural and Athletic Associations. Our primary focus is on lion dance, dragon dance, and drumming. And secondary, of course, it's traditional martial arts. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sifu Mike. And then last but not least, Sifu William Tucker.
Hello, everyone. My name is William, and I'm the head of Gravity and Grace Tai Chi and Bagua Association. We do Tai Chi, Bagua Zhang, and Xing Yi Quan. That's probably enough.
All right, thank you for the introductions, everyone. Really nice to see we have a variety of different types of martial arts represented on the panel here today. I'm really looking forward to hearing about everyone's experiences in teaching and how your clubs all work. And I'll pass it to Sifu Bill for the first question.
Okay. Megan, the first question is if you could meet one martial artist, who would it be? I believe you're handling that.
Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, we're gonna just start it easy. Yeah, just like Sifu Bill said, if you could meet one martial artist, who would it be and why? Would anyone like to start us off?
I guess I can go. So my answer to this question was just kind of meeting everybody on this panel. So I've seen many of you and your teams performing at events, but I've never actually officially met all of you. So I do quite appreciate this opportunity. So it's nice to meet everybody.
I'll go next. That's fine. Yeah, it's kind of a broad question, but obviously there's living and deceased, but I'll just go with the traditional if deceased. So my primary style is Hongga, so it'd be nice to see a perspective of one of the most famous Hongga martial artists, Wong Fei Hong, for me.
I'll go next. So I do Bagua Zhang, and the founder of Bagua, named Dong Hai Chuan, who was alive in the 1800s. It's kind of how he founded the style is it's a bit mysterious. He went and traveled into Taoist monasteries and combined the Taoist circle walking practices with his other martial arts background and developed Bagua. It seems like there's a lot of gaps in the story, and I'd love to be able to talk to him and find out more about how it originated.
Sifu Catherine?
Hi, I would love like Sifu Vanessa's answer to like just any local martial artists and teams. The one that I picked on the earlier answer was our New York branch. So we're actually like a worldwide organization, and I just think like it would be so neat to see their line dance team. They seem very involved in their Chinatown community and stuff as well, and it would be nice to learn from what's going on in the United States as well. But yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go in next. The martial artist I would like to meet the most is Bruce Lee. He brought so much pride to the Chinese culture and race, and he contributed so much to the growth and evolution of martial arts. Thank you.
Sifu Mike, who would you want to meet the most?
I guess it's my turn now, eh? Yes, my background is the five ancestors. You know, like over the years, my first exposure to five Zhoukun, you know, it's when I was in high school. You know, and over the years, I think when I was in high school, I learned the basic of Wu Zhuquan. And when I came to Canada, that's when I met Sisu Kung Bob. You know, I would like to, you know, continue with that lineage. And the Sifu that I would like to meet, you know, if I had a chance, is Sifu Gang Wu Chang and Gang Wu Hai. I believe they were the, you know, the lineage of the Zhoukun, and it'll be interesting, you know, if I have this opportunity. Thank you.
That will be me.
Yes.
Yes. Wow, so many, right? I choose Bruce Lee, and he's the cultural icon, and he was representing the Kung Fu and the martial arts for a long time, and put the martial arts on the map. So, like when I first came to Canada, I already heard about him in 1965. I already heard about him in the state, you know, how popular he was. So only time I can find out more information at that time is only to buy a Black Belt magazines once every 4 months, you know. So I love to meet him, but he unfortunately passed away. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go into the second question next. Thank you very much for those answers. The second question is, what is the most important quality you seek in a student? I'll go in the order of the what I see on the screen. Sifu Catherine.
Hi. Sorry, my dog just barked. Was it the question about what we were looking for in a student?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I think in terms of like natural abilities or anything, I could work with any level. What I really look for is like a passion or an interest in learning. And I think if they have that interest, then they're good to go. And that's probably like the biggest thing. And it's so contagious, like it just spreads through the team and everybody wants to be part of that group and just continue bettering themselves. So I think that's probably the number one thing I look for.
Right. Thank you. Okay, Sifu Vanessa.
Actually, yeah, it's actually the same as Sifu Catherine's. Actually, I chose passion as well, because I mean, the more passionate they are, the more likely they are open to learning and to kind of push themselves to do more. So definitely passion was my choice as well.
Yeah, and passion spreads to the instructors too. Believe me. Okay, Sifu Brendan.
No, I agree with the rest of the two Sifus, but my number one thing is discipline, self-discipline, respect for others. If you're not a good person, I don't really want to be teaching you. I don't care how much natural talent you have. So discipline is my number one.
Well, thank you very much. Sifu Deo.
So many things we want them to do, right? But I think for me, the number one is the work ethic, right? You work hard, you go anywhere, everywhere, right? Even in normal life. The person, the talented students always lazy, right? They don't work hard. The non-talented students always work harder. If they work hard, they're going to be catching up to the talent people and getting to the top, right? So that's what I look for. Most important thing what I look for is work ethic, work hard.
Okay, thank you. Sifu Mike.
Yes, Sifu Bill.
Yeah, your answer. What's the most important quality you seek in a student?
I think when every time when we have an intake for new students, they come in different shape and size and form, and right. And I guess the important thing is first is the passion and curiosity as well, because most of our members, they join the club because, well, guess what? The reason behind it. Oh, my friend joined, so I joined. Oh, my parents asked me to join, so I joined. Oh, I've seen this on TV. I've seen you guys do that. I'm interested, so I joined. So it's the curiosity. First is being curious, and then you try to feed the informations. And at the same time, at home, we don't just teach line dance. We use line dance as our main focus, but at the same time, this 8 virtual that we try to educate, the students, like loyalty, sincerity, honesty. And I think respect is important, same as, disciplines. Like I said, but students, it's important that they want to be here, not they're being forced to be here. Yeah,
good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sifu William?
Yeah, I appreciate everything that everyone has said. For me, the one that I chose most of all is perseverance, because, and it's related to passion and that, but if the passion sometimes is short-lived, sometimes people are really interested and excited at first and then they don't last. And so for me, it has to be a lasting passion and interest. It has to have perseverance attached to it. Otherwise, all of the benefits that one can gain, whether they're kind of development of character or the physical attributes and skills or any of the other things, don't have a chance to be developed if there's not a sufficient amount of time through perseverance.
Okay. Thank you. I chose virtuous. The student has to have good character, and we instill in them the 8 virtues, similar to Sifu Mike and what Sifu Brendan said, that you have to be a good character. Otherwise, I don't feel like teaching them. And I noticed that something quite common here is that nobody chose skills. And that's not surprising. As teachers and Sifus, we want to develop the students properly. And I think that, yes, you can get guys that can do all the fancy acrobatics and all that, but if the character is not there, then it doesn't reflect well on the club. So, it's a common thread that I see. Thank you very much.
It's harder to teach somebody who's not talented, right?
Yeah.
Assistant instructor, like they say, oh, I don't want to teach this guy. It's not, it's very hard to teach somebody who's not talented to bring them up to the top. Okay, so remember that, right? Okay. Thank you.
And to go off of that, it's hard to teach someone who's not talented, but you also need that perseverance and that time and effort and energy. on both parts, on the Sifus and the student, in order to build that student up to where they want to be or where they could be. But yes, I agree with all of these answers as well. And virtuous, that kind of encompasses everything as well. I know at Shanda we have 8 virtues, and I think Sifu Mike, you mentioned that as well. We have that on our shirts and in the club. So those are always the virtues that we look at to make sure we try to embody.
Okay. Next questions, Megan.
Yep. So the next question we have is, for the Sifus, what has been the most rewarding moment for you while teaching martial arts?
Okay, you know what? Since I'm on the screen, the most rewarding moment I had was when I was practicing sticky hands with Sifu Tom over a good period of time, fairly regular basis, and I got nailed so many times, but I kept getting at it. And then one day he said to me, "You know what, Sifu Bill? You can handle a lot of the stuff now. You've improved so much." And when he said that, it's like, wow. I didn't want to climb down from the mountain. I wanted to go higher and keep learning, because he said that it took many years before I reached that stage. And I think it's a journey that our students go on, and even as Sifus will continue to go on. So that was my moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Sifu Bill. Sifu William?
So as someone who teaches these arts, it's not any one moment, but it's all of those little moments where I see the students, a light bulb goes on, or they realize that they're able to do something that they hadn't been able to do, or they realize that they've overcome something in their through doing the martial arts training that had been a block for them. Maybe it was interacting with others, maybe it was being socially at ease, maybe it was physically getting into better shape, and not having the confidence or thinking they can't learn, and then realizing that, hey, I've actually learned to a fair level now, and that look on people's faces is what continues to inspire me.
Wow, I love that. Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything big or flashy, but just the light in their eyes, or like a light bulb switch going off in their minds.
Yeah.
Sifu Mike?
Well, like I said, our primary focus is on lion dance. And when we do lion dance, particularly there's 2 individuals I want to mention here. I have one student, like he's very shy, he's shy to talk, and he's usually quiet. And I've observed him for quite some time. And one day I asked him to try out I know, yeah, you guys probably aware of the mask, right? The Buddha. Yeah, once he's on the mask, he rocks. He's not afraid. He just played the character. And another individuals, he's afraid of the height. As you guys know, we do the jump performance, and he was afraid of the height. And I find it rewarding is he was able to overcome, the issue with the height, and managed to do the jump performance. Like Sifu Tucker said, it's every moment, and when you see students, you see potentials, right? And when you see them overcome, the barrier or the sort of like, I'm done, no, our job is to give them the opportunity, at the same time with the jump performance. People come to me say that, why am I doing it? It's so high risk. There's no different other than, sports, right? Every sport has risk. Our job is to make sure that give them the what they need, and make sure that we encourage and motivate them to reach and to become better. Thank you.
Thank you, Sifu Mike. Sifu Dale, what about you?
Wow, so many moments keep me smile and happy, right? I think the most one I like is that when the parents, when you chat with them, they say, oh, John, just can't wait. It's a few before the club started at 6 o'clock, they already changed at 4:30, ready to come to the club. That's really make me happy. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Sifu Brendan?
Yes, I echo all the Sifu's comments for sure. I 100% agree. It's tough times with COVID, so we've been doing some Zoom classes, and we were doing some indoors, I should say. But yeah, no, just really every day when I see them, when they smile, whether they accomplish something, it could be something very small, like maybe getting a drum beat, or it could be winning a third place. It doesn't matter. I have a child. He's 6 years old. He has autism, but when we get his attention, and when I stoop down to his level, and just motivate him, and he's got a big smile on his face, that's the reason why I still do it, right? So those are those little things, why I keep teaching martial arts.
Yes, all the little things. Thank you, Sifu Brendan. Sifu Vanessa.
Yep, and exactly the same as all the other seafoods. So it's all the little moments that I really enjoy. And one of the big things is seeing the confidence grow in all your students. So let's say like when you start playing the drum, they're very shy of the drum. You don't want to hit it hard. They're being very gentle with it. But then with practice, they gain more confidence. Their posture changes. They're playing a lot stronger. So seeing that, I think, is really rewarding. Just this growth in your students.
Thank you. And Sifu Catherine.
I totally agree with all the other panelists. I think like seeing like little growths and just like breakthroughs have been amazing. But I think something, especially with COVID, we have also been doing like online lessons and outdoor lessons and stuff. And I think one thing is like growing up, I didn't really do team sports, and line dance is such a team sport. Everybody has to be like integrated, and just seeing how much of a community they are and how much they help each other has been really rewarding. Seeing like this is like a safe place for them, and just like for birthdays, it's like even though we're outdoors, we'll just bring individual snacks for everybody to celebrate, and it's like they still really care about like having that team aspect, and that's been so nice to see in this crazy year as well.
Mm-hmm. I think that's so important because a lot of times when we're performing or competing, usually it's one person out on the carpet or on the stage, what you don't see is the sifus, the parents, the teammates, all rallying behind the student who's given you so much encouragement to be able to go up to like face your fears if that was one of them on stage. Yes, thank you everyone for your questions or for your answers.
Okay, next is why do you continue teaching martial arts? Okay, first of all, like for myself, I learned a lot by teaching, and I'm still having fun. And also, I want to honor the legacies of those previous generation sifus who've passed away and pass their knowledge on to me, and I want to keep it going. Thank you. Sifu Tucker, we'll go with you.
Yeah, I think similar to you, Mr. G, for me, that there is a small group of students who still want to be training with me, that's enough to keep me going.
Good. Thank you. Sifu Mike.
Yes, Sifu Bill. Well, if you call, if you ask me this question, Sifu Bill, over the phone, I'll say because you're still doing it. Because every Sifu is still doing it, because when it comes, there was a time, and let me share this first, sorry to, because there was one time I remember it was late at night and I was still doing line dance, and I was like, oh, this is so tiring or whatever, and Sifu Bill is still doing it. And well, I don't feel alone now, like you guys are still doing it, so that's good, Anyway, come back to your questions. Why am I still doing it, right? So, like I said from the beginning, I joined the school team. We had from a school team when I was in high school. It was because my brother was a member of the team. He was playing the Buddha. Okay, so he took me in, and I was being curious. I was like, oh, okay, well, no, and then slowly I learned, and I understand, and I think that's important. When a student comes in. It's like a piece of blank paper, right? You educate them, you tell them why. Why is it such important? Why the cultural aspect of, for us, primarily is line dance, right? So why is it important to maintain the culture and traditions? And then once you understand that, then you have that passion, the perseverance. For me, I think the passion is probably gone. Well, not gone, not entirely, but after that, there's another level. Responsibility, the responsibility to pass on, and the responsibility to make sure that, continue to grow. And all the problems that the issues and problems that we face, I'm pretty sure that not just Hongdae is facing. I think every school, they are facing it. And as long as you guys are facing it, as long as we're together, I'm in. Thank you.
Okay. Sifudeo.
Martial arts is your lifelong commitment. So so long, so I just can't quit. It's life for me.
Sounds like marriage.
So exactly. I've been married for how many years now? I'm still hanging. But especially when you see the kids smiling, happy, go to a better person, that make me really happy. So that's why I'm still doing it, teaching it, and learning too, right? Not just teaching.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Sifu Brendan?
Yes, I think it's part of my DNA, just with my father teaching me. Actually, it was Sifu Ben, his first student, taught me, but it's just my part of my lifestyle, and it's our Mokun is my extended family. So being nonprofit, I don't get any monetary like benefits, but just like Sifu Dale said, who's my uncle, is we see the kids smile. I'm smiling every day. I'm enjoying it. So you need that balance, and I think when I was younger, you're having fun and you're winning trophies or whatever. But when you get older, now I'm seeing with part of my style, I see the health benefits. That's why I still continue to go on and share. I want to share my knowledge.
Good. Thank you. Sifu Vanessa.
Yeah, so I guess for me, it's fun. I really do enjoy teaching and doing it. And again, really rewarding when you kind of see your students grow. And it really does kind of push you to continue to stay active and involved in the community as well. So I really do like doing that.
Thank you. Sifu Catherine.
I think one main reason why I still am teaching is because of my amazing team. So shout outs to Ryan and Steven for just being amazing captains of the team and making it super easy to be a coach. I think the other thing is, like Sifu Mike was mentioning, sometimes it just feels like a responsibility. So some days, like when I get to class, I'm just so tired and it's like the last thing on my mind, but then the kids are just so passionate and so excited, and it really like reinvigorates you. So that's probably the thing that really drives it, is like my amazing team and the students' passions.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. Next question, Megan.
The next question is, what do you hope students can take away from martial arts? And we'll start with Sifu Vanessa.
I think there's a ton of things students can kind of take away from being part of like a team. So things like, teamwork, communication, time management, and so forth. And I think a lot of these skills can translate to kind of the workforce. So I hope that it can kind of help them in the future, whether it's kind of applying for a job and so forth. But it also kind of helps with their personal development as well. So that's kind of what I hope the students can kind of take from this.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. And Sifu Mike?
It's my turn now? Oh, okay.
Switching it up.
Yeah, well, personally, I think like in the students, I think it doesn't matter whether it's line dance, dragon dance, drumming, martial arts. I think it's important for the student to realize when they practice or something that they enjoy, and if they have the opportunity to go and compete, I think it's important for them to realize that the competitors is not the competitor, it's themselves. As long as you are able to fight and overcome, yourself, you're a winner. And winning is not the most important thing, I guess. I guess the important thing is what you have achieved. Like, for students, if he's afraid of height, if through lion dance, that overcome his weakness, I think that's rewarding, right? And for us, we don't believe being the best. We believe in continuous improvement and becoming better every day. So I hope that the students will understand that. Don't say that I want to be the best. It's hard. just be better. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. It's a really good mindset, especially going into competition. Instead of seeing your competitors as like someone you have to compete with, but you just try to be the better version of yourself. I think that's really great. Sifu Brendan?
I guess, yeah, like I said, it's just the rest, like the rest of the panelists, but self-confidence, your self-discipline, it's in the banner behind me. But, you know, but I would say health benefits, and then learning as a team, and trying to communicate and build relationships. As some of the rest of the panelists, we've already collaborated in the past. So just building that community and making sure that we pass that on, and so they can, we can do things like this, like today, and not just I don't know, kind of just be individual and private, and not share things. You know, we should be with this one family. That's kind of our belief at Jingwu, right? So anyways, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Sifu William?
So unlike most of you, I teach only adults. So from ages of 20 to 78, I think currently. So there are people who are at a different stage in their lives, and they need different things. And so I just like it that people get what is useful for them at whatever stage of life they're at. And that may mean, you know, for some it may mean getting fitter, others it might be martial arts skills, others it might be being with a group of people, self-confidence, whatever it is. I just want people to get what's useful for them. That's what I want, without any particular goal that I have in mind.
Thank you. And Sifu Dale?
Yes, I teach most of the kids from, you know, about before that, past couple of years, been 6 years old up, and see them grow up and be a better person, better in life, in outer life. They related some of the stuff we taught in the martial arts, you know, the principle and all that, to turn into a better person, you know, in work, in the future, in marriage, you know, that we'll be happy too.
Thank you. And Sifu Catherine?
I think like many of the panelists, I think a big thing is just leaving with a better self-confidence and pride in all aspects of life. Like I feel like learning any martial arts or lion dance, you have to deal with a lot of failures and trying again and again and again, and just being able to finally do it. So I think that really lends itself well to just being more confident at tackling any challenges. And of course, just also leaving with a bit more background and culture on Chinese history and mythologies and things like that that tie into lion dance. But yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess my answer to that is that I said that what I want the students to take away is that they have to master themselves first before they can master kung fu or martial arts. I think it's important for your own development in terms of goal setting, focus, developing your character. You know, martial arts will definitely help you, but it helps definitely if you have control of your own life. And I echo a lot of what the other Sifus have said. It's not just one piece of the puzzle. It fits in overall in the life skills picture. So that's my answer. Thank you. We're gonna move on to the next question, the last one. If you could learn one other martial art style, what would it be, and why? Well, since I'm speaking, my answer, you know, fascinated and I'm intrigued by Bagua and Wing Chun, Pencak Silat. The movements concept is similar to Mantis, but I guess it would be mixed martial arts, because if I'm taken to the ground, I like to be able to know how to counter all those moves and specialize in the ground defense. Thank you. Sifu Tucker.
perhaps along similar lines, I did mostly Chinese martial arts, and I did a little bit of judo before that. And I really enjoyed the groundwork in that. And I would say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because Chinese martial arts, there's very little groundwork, and just to be comfortable in that position, I think that would be a good supplement to the Chinese martial arts training that I've done.
Good, thank you. Okay, Sifu Mike.
For myself, I think every martial arts system it's unique, right? You have the Hong Kong, right? You have the Bagua, you have Wing Chun, and you have Tai Chi, right? Of course, there's other system out there as well. I think all of them, like I would like to to know, have the opportunity to learn, and yeah. But I think if there's an opportunity, I think I would try out Tai Chi. I think there's five different styles, and with Tai Chi, I think I would like, if I have an opportunity, I would like to try it out because of the the speed, the force, and different movements there and the positions. So yeah, if I have the opportunity.
Good. Okay, thank you. Sifu Dale.
Wow, I'm too old to learn anything. As a different phase of my life before, right? When I was young, I did learn a lot of stuff like that. It's crazy. Anything from karate, kung fu, kickboxing, even a little Wing Chun, but my even Tai Chi a little bit, not much. And I want to be to be a better martial artist at the time, but lots of you don't have enough time to learn all of that, right? And then later on my life right now, I want to learn Tai Chi, or be a benefit to my health, more healthy, because I always learn a hard style. Like my instructor always giving me telling me story all the time, right? I'm pretty sure you guys heard all this different kind of story, right? My instructor told me that the chopstick is hard, right? You break it, very easy to break it, right? But with the rope, it's soft, you can't break it. So think about that, right?
Yeah.
So internal and external, like all that, it's a different arts. I love to learn Tai Chi or even Bagua, and a softer style, internal.
Okay, good. Super Brendan.
First of all, I respect all styles. I've been there's always someone better. So, but yeah, I think it's the individual. However, I've been fortunate enough to learn from my uncle, from Sifu Bill. We've shared techniques, even Sifu Michael. So I've traveled overseas and learned many styles. So I personally, I just want to refine my style, my Hong Kong and my Jing to teach it the proper way. I've still traveled all over the world to collaborate with other Hongda specialists as well. So that's where my passion is. And yeah, I don't want to get too much into it, but I definitely respect Tai Chi and all that other styles, but I've learned that as well. So, but Hong Kong is my favorite.
Okay, thank you. Sifu Vanessa. Vanessa? Sifu Vanessa, please.
Yeah, so I guess we're not heavy on the martial arts side, so I guess any of them would be pretty cool to learn. Like, I do really enjoy watching the weapon demonstrations, so maybe something with like a weapon involved. And in regards to lion, yeah, anything would be pretty cool. And with lion dance, if I had to like choose a different style, I'd probably pick the like hook stance style of the jongs and poles. So like Hongda style. And I do have a funny story here, a quick story where when I was in elementary, my parents almost enrolled me into Hongda. So I could have almost ended up with Michael Young on his team, but that didn't happen. So here we are. Hope I don't age either. Sorry, Sifu Michael.
Okay, Sifu Catherine.
Yeah, so my background was actually in Taekwondo before I got into line dance. So I think kind of like what Sifu Dale said, something softer and like kind of different. So the one I picked was actually Tai Chi, and it's almost kind of nostalgic because I would go to Hong Kong every year, and a lot of my family members do Tai Chi, and it would be like come to the park and do Tai Chi and all the health benefits. So I think now that I'm a bit older, that might be something that I would get into. Or the other one I was thinking was Wushu, just all the crazy martial arts movies and stuff that I grew up watching. That would be my other choice.
Okay, thank you. You know, it's interesting that a lot of us want to learn Tai Chi, the internal and the external, because there is a Chinese saying, "Lin Gong but Lin Hei," just like Cheng Hong. Without training the internal, you will never be complete. That's an old martial art rule that I read somewhere. So it's interesting. Okay, now thank you very much for the participation in these questions.